Today I'm going to show you a powerful natural remedy for extreme hair growth that you can apply just twice a week. This isn't some gimmick. This natural solution works on many different types of hair loss problems, whether you're dealing with autoimmune issues, nutritional deficiencies, or even an overgrowth of fungus or other pathogens on your scalp. The main ingredient? The juice of an onion. And I'm not just going to show you the basic recipe, I'm going to show you how to supercharge it and take it to the next level for even better results. Look, if you're skeptical about this, you should be. There are so many hair loss remedies out there that promise the world and deliver absolutely nothing. The first question everyone asks is about the smell. Will your hair smell like an onion? Here's the good news. You're going to wash your hair twice after you apply this, so there's not going to be any lingering onion smell. Your hair will smell completely normal. So, what is it about an onion that can actually help your hair grow? Let me break down the science for you. First, onions are absolutely loaded with sulfur. Now, the sulfur itself isn't directly related to preventing hair loss, but here's what it does. It provides the raw material that helps build the main protein in your hair, which is called keratin. And keratin is sulfur-based. So you're literally giving your hair the building blocks it needs to grow strong and healthy. But that's just the beginning. Onions have the highest amount of something called quercetin of almost any food, and quercetin is going to be your secret weapon for hair growth. Let me tell you what quercetin does. One of the biggest benefits of quercetin is that it helps suppress autoimmune attacks, specifically T-cell activity. So if your hair loss is alopecia, where you have these random patches of hair falling out in circular spots, quercetin can help you big time. On top of that, quercetin actually helps increase the growth hormones of the hair follicle itself, which is right at the root where your hair grows from. So you're not just preventing hair loss, you're actively stimulating new growth. And there's more. Quercetin is a powerful antimicrobial that protects your scalp against overgrowth of yeast, fungus, and mold. So if you also have dandruff or other scalp problems going on, this can help with that as well. Let me tell you exactly how to do this, and then I'm going to get into a few tweaks to take this recipe to the next level. This whole recipe is based on using an organic red onion because red onions have the most quercetin. Here's what you do. Take one onion and chop it into small pieces. Put it into your blender and blend it down until it's completely liquefied. Then you're going to take that blended slurry and put it through a cheesecloth so you can separate out the liquid into a container. Now, it would be ideal if you had some type of squeeze bottle that you can put the juice into, but you don't really need that. All you need is a small container. Maybe a mason jar works perfectly fine. Here's the application process. When you go into the shower, you're going to get your hair completely wet first. Then you're going to take this onion juice liquid and start massaging it into your hair and scalp. Really work it into the actual roots for about 2 minutes. Really massage it in there. Once you get it thoroughly massaged into your hair, you're going to come out of the shower, dry your body off, and then leave this mixture sitting in your hair for about 30 minutes. But personally, I would recommend leaving it in your hair for a full hour for maximum effectiveness. And you can just use a shower cap to keep it from dripping. Then what you're going to do is go back into the shower, rinse it off completely, and shampoo your hair. Actually, shampoo twice to remove any odor that you might not like. You're going to do this routine twice a week for about 4 to 6 weeks. As far as visible hair growth, you should start noticing some real hair regrowth after week 3 or 4. Now let's take your results to the next level. There are 2 things you can try. The first one is going to be pretty effective, but the second one's going to be even more powerful. The first enhancement is simple. You're just adding something to the onion juice. You're going to add 5 drops of rosemary essential oil to your onion juice mixture. What's so special about rosemary oil? Well, check this out. In a randomized clinical trial in 2015, researchers compared rosemary oil to one of the top medications for alopecia. And you know what they found? Rosemary oil by itself was just as effective as the medication. Rosemary oil has several phytonutrients that are anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. It stimulates the scalp in a way that increases blood flow to the hair follicles, and it's excellent for autoimmune issues. So when you combine onion juice with rosemary oil, you're creating a powerful 1-2 punch for hair growth. Let me share some actual research with you so you know this isn't just some made-up remedy. The onion juice by itself has been shown to be remarkably effective. In a study published in the Journal of Dermatology, they split participants into 2 groups. Half of the group applied onion juice to their hair, and the other half just applied water as a control. And within just 6 weeks, the group that used the onion juice had an 86.9% success rate. And when I talk about success, I'm talking about significant, visible hair regrowth. Compare that to the control group which just used water. They only had a 13% success rate. There was also another fascinating study done on mice. The group that used quercetin, they actually isolated just the quercetin from onions, showed complete regeneration of hair in all of the treated groups. And in the untreated control groups, There was absolutely no regrowth of hair whatsoever. Now let's supercharge this recipe and take it to the absolute next level. You're basically going to enhance the onion juice through fermentation. This is going to multiply the benefits significantly. Here's how you do it. Take 1 organic red onion and remove the peel. Chop it up and put it in your blender. Blend it completely, then strain out the pulp through a cheesecloth. Take that liquid slurry and put it into a mason jar. Now add 1 8-ounce cup of filtered water to the jar. Then add 1 teaspoon of sea salt. Then add half a teaspoon of raw honey. Mix it up really well until everything is dissolved. Cheesecloth over the top of the mason jar, or even a coffee filter works, and secure it with a rubber band. Don't seal it tightly because you want air to get in. Then you're going to put it on your kitchen counter and let it ferment for 72 hours. That's 3 full days. By the second day, you're going to notice these little tiny CO2 bubbles, carbon dioxide bubbles, popping up to the surface. That means the fermentation is working. What you're doing through fermentation is enhancing the quercetin content. The nutrition that's already in there is also going to be enhanced because the beneficial microbes are actually going to create more vitamins during the fermentation process. So basically, we're taking this already powerful antidote to hair loss, onion juice, and we're magnifying its potency. Plus, the pH of the fermented onion juice is going to become more acidic, dropping to about 5, which is going to be very therapeutic for your scalp. This acidic pH helps balance your scalp's natural pH and creates an environment where healthy hair can thrive. After 72 hours, you're going to strain it again through cheesecloth to separate out the liquid. Put it in a squeeze bottle if you have one, and then apply it to your hair using the same method I already described. Get your hair wet in the shower, massage the fermented onion juice into your scalp and roots for a few minutes, then come out of the shower and wait for 1 hour with a shower cap if you want. Then go back in the shower, rinse out your hair very thoroughly, and shampoo your hair twice to remove any residual smell. I recommend doing this twice a week for 6 weeks minimum, or even longer depending on your specific situation and results. Now, there are a couple other key things you need to pay attention to for maximum hair growth. First, vitamin D. There are so many different mechanisms involved with vitamin D in hair growth and hair loss prevention that you absolutely should be taking at least 10,000 to 20,000 IUs of vitamin D3 every single day, or get a good amount of direct sun exposure on your skin. Second, you need to make sure you're eating the right foods to support the nutrients your hair needs to grow. Your hair needs protein, B vitamins, zinc, iron, and other key nutrients. If you're not feeding your body the right nutrition, no topical treatment is going to give you the results you want. This natural onion juice remedy is backed by real research. It's safe, it's inexpensive, and it works. Whether you use the basic version, add rosemary oil, or go all the way with the fermented version, you're giving your hair a powerful natural boost for growth. Give it at least 6 weeks, be consistent with twice-weekly applications, and watch what happens. And if you want more natural remedies like this, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because in my next video, I'll reveal the #1 food that can naturally cleanse your liver. You don't want to miss it.